morning. The Florida AFL-CIO welcomes all of our brothers and sisters of ATU to our great state to hold your convention, and we're so proud that you chose Florida. I want to talk about this facility just a minute. If it's not the largest, it certainly is one of the largest work sites in this country where all employees are covered by a collective bargaining agreement. Almost 30,000 workers covered by a collective bargaining agreement in Walt Disney World property. When you drive up and someone opens your car door, he's covered by an agreement. When you check in, the person behind the counter is covered by a working agreement. When the person that comes in to help you in your room folds back your bed, makes your bed, cleans your room, serves your food, Mickey Mouse, Pluto, all the folks that you're involved with while you're here are covered by a collective bargaining agreement at Walt Disney World, and thank you for choosing this. We have some great challenges in Florida, as all of you do in this country and in Canada when it comes to transportation issues. It's no longer just a city and county issue that you have to deal with. We know that so much impact comes down from the state legislatures, from the provinces, from Congress that affects you in your workplace every day. And that's why we have to be involved now. That's why we've got to be involved in November to make sure that your workplaces have dignity, have fair pay, have benefits, and without your support, our leaders will not be there to make that happen for you. You know, there's a lot of apathy out there, I hear. And there's a lot of naysayers that organized labor and our friends in Congress and our friends in our state legislatures and our friends in our city councils and our county commissions are going to be turned away at the ballot box in November. But I know, and I've seen the work that ATU in Florida is doing today and every weekend, that the AFL-CIO in Florida working together with ATU is doing every day and every weekend until November 2nd. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to let our friends, we're going to make sure they're elected to Congress. We're going to make sure they're elected to the state legislatures. We're going to make sure they're elected to the city councils, to county commissions, to make sure that we all have dignity in our workplace. It's something, and it's something to be said about getting our friends elected. But you brothers and sisters know, once they're elected, how many times have they forgotten who got them there? How many times when it's an important issue for ATU, or the building trades, or educators, they push that wrong button when it's time to vote, whether it's in City Hall, or in the county commission, state legislature, or in Congress. How many times have you seen it? And we let that continue to go on. It's still our fault to allow that to keep going on. And I'm going to challenge you in this room. When we get our friends elected to Congress, hold them accountable for the issues that are important to you every time they take a vote. You know, I've had legislators, congressional folks, and state legislators and councilmen say, well, you know, I was good over here on these votes, but I just can't help you over here. Well, how do you divide the House of Labor? How do you divide the issues that's important to ATU versus another factor, another sector of the AFL-CIO? You can't do it. I can't do it. And we're not going to let any of our elected officials do it after November. I challenge you to hold them accountable. You know, I like the comment, brother, when you said, don't forget where you come from. And I'm sincere about that. Let me tell you, working construction, as a construction electrician, I worked some of the hottest, dirtiest, nastiest jobs you can imagine. To the point where you go home, rinse off on the backyard, step onto the back porch, rinse off again, take your dirty clothes off, then go inside and take a shower. Done that kind of work many times. And we all have brothers and sisters who are out there working today while you're here representing them as a delegate to this convention. And I would just ask you, when it's time to work, work and represent the brothers and sisters who had the confidence to allow you to come here and represent them. And when it's time to play, play like hell. I was glad to see that Representative Alan Grayson is going to be speaking to you in a little bit. What a great friend of organized labor. You won't find a better friend of organized labor and the #1 target for the Republican Party. And we're so glad to have Alan Grayson here, and we're going to be so proud when we kick their butts and put Alan Grayson back in Congress as the #1 leader and supporter of organized labor in the U.S. Congress. So I thank you for having him here a little later this morning or this afternoon. And again, I just want to sincerely express to you what a great privilege it's been in working to this point, and I know we'll be in the future, with our ATU brothers and sisters in Florida. What a great team they are. What a great legislative body they have. And I call on that legislative body, leaders of that body, on a regular basis when it comes to issues I know that are important to transportation and to ATU and to the AFL as a whole. So let me ask you, when you go back home, please get involved with your central labor councils. Stay involved with your state federations and the AFL-CIO, because we truly are a team. There is no other movement in this country that can make the difference that we can when we stand together and when we work together. So enjoy your time in Florida. Go home to your rank and file brothers and sisters and let them know you worked hard for them in Florida and you did the right thing, and you're going to educate and help all our brothers and sisters from this day forward in Florida, throughout this country, and throughout Canada. Thank you.